Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the session. We're going to wait just 1 minute or maybe 1 minute and a half before we begin, just because we've got quite a few more people expecting to join us. But in the meantime, if you want to put into the chat where you're dialing in from, I always like to see where people are joining us from. There's more people joining, so I'll start again. Okay, hi everyone, welcome to the session. Good afternoon. If you've just joined us, welcome to the session. This is the BA in Liberal Arts info session. My name's David. I work here at the Lowy International School. We're very much the hub on campus for all of our international students. I've got Ayelet Diamant, who's the program director, who's here with us. And also hi Ayelet.
Hi David, I'm sorry, it says that you've blocked my video.
Oh, let me stop. Okay, sorry. I'll make you a co-host as well. Sorry, Ayelet. Okay. Now should
Thank
be
you.
okay.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Sorry to interrupt, David. Go on.
No problem. Sorry, that was a bit of my technical issues. Great to have you here, Ayelet. A couple of housekeeping things before we begin, just to let everyone know that one, we are recording this, just so we can send it out by email to everyone that we invited originally as well. So the session will begin. I'll begin by, someone else is just joining us. I'll begin by giving a sort of 5-10 minute overview about TAU, about the Lowy International School, a bit about student life before I then hand over to Ayelet, who will then present the program. We also have a current student with us here from the actual program, Lee. Hi, Lee. Great to have you here.
I think you get to share some of my experience as well.
Perfect. And then there will be time at the end for a Q&A session. And what we normally do is we switch off the recording before we begin the Q&A session, just so you can then, you're welcome to then switch on your cameras and ask questions openly. Okay, before we begin, I just want to do a quick poll because let me just open this. Okay, if you just let us know how you heard about Tel Aviv University and also this program, just so we can pass that on, so that's useful information for us to have. So do just pop in. Wonderful. Perfect. Okay, great. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to begin by playing you a very short video. It's called Taoism, and I think it just sums up the learning experience that we believe in here at Tel Aviv University. Okay.
Tel Aviv University International, the only place in the world where you can study Taoism. What is Taoism? Well, it's a local philosophy that says the best way to study is through experience. Understand with your head, learn with your feet. The best way to study a multicultural society is to live in one. Be ready with your elevator pitch. You never know who you'll meet on campus. If you want to learn the best marketing strategies, just go to the local market. Reading about the startup nation? Write your own chapter. Study literature in the place that inspired the bestseller of all time. You can't resolve a conflict until you witness one. At TAU, there is always room for more questions and 400 labs to find the answers. Come experience the wisdom of Taoism at Tel Aviv University International, where first-class education meets a second-to-none lifestyle.
So welcome to the session. So I think it just sums up, what Taoism is better than I can explain it to you. And it's our local philosophy here that, you study best through experience. So when you come to us, you don't just learn in a classroom, you learn in a campus, in a city, in a country. All of these things is just our simple philosophy that, yeah, you study best through experience. You heard it in the video, you learn with your head, you understand with your feet, and learning happens everywhere and sometimes, when you least expect it. We filmed that video on campus 2 years ago now, actually, and a lot of the extras were international students that came to us for the day, and we filmed them on campus. Okay, this gives you a good snapshot of Tel Aviv University and who we are. We're Israel's largest and most comprehensive institution of higher education. We have 9 faculties, 125 schools and departments, 400 labs, 1 campus, 220 acres of green spaces just north of downtown Tel Aviv. We are truly a multidisciplinary institution of academic excellence. We have 28,000 Israeli students plus 2,000 international students that come from 100 plus countries. And typically, maybe 30% can come from North America, and the rest are from every other region, from Latin America, from Europe, from Asia, from Australia, and also the international community here in Tel Aviv. You heard in the video that we have 400 labs and 130 research institutions. We have 3,500 projects annually, 1,000 senior faculty members, and 1,400 affiliated physicians at 17 hospitals. This is truly Israel's biggest, and also voted this year Israel's #1 university. We have, I mentioned our campus, we have a big green campus, we have a sports center on campus, there's a museum, there's a gallery, there's 15 cafeterias, there's 5 libraries, and all this just 50 minutes from downtown Tel Aviv. So I won't go into all of them, but obviously we're very proud of our ranking, as Israel's leading and most comprehensive institution of higher education. We're ranked #1 choice among Israeli students. We're ranked 5th in the world for entrepreneurship, and we're the only non-US institution to make that top 10 list. Likewise, we're in the top 10 of schools producing VC-backed founders. And again, we're the only non-US institution to make that top 10 list. We're a top 100 innovation university by Reuters. And also 55% of the population on campus is women. 2 years ago, the university set up its very first diversity commission, headed up by Professor Netta Ziv, and her remit is clear. It's to increase opportunities on campus for everyone. So as I mentioned, we're a multidisciplinary institution of academic excellence, and our impact is felt large and wide. We have 9 faculties and a vast range of research and teaching fields that creates unique and fascinating connections between disciplines that are not traditionally connected to each other. And that alone provides infinite possibilities for academic creativity and research. World-class faculty, renowned professors, students from 100 plus countries. Every year, our students perform over 300,000 hours of community service. And of course, you get to enjoy the wonderful Mediterranean city of Tel Aviv that we call home. And if you don't know Tel Aviv, it's a pulsating, vibrant city. It's Israel's cultural and commercial capital. It's been called the Mediterranean capital of cool by the New York Times. It's a non-stop city with amazing nightlife, cuisine, cultures. It's a city you can never stop exploring. There's 14 kilometers of beaches, over 5,000 restaurants, cafes, and bars, 120 museums and art galleries, and 2,500 startups. The tagline of the city is non-stop, and the tagline of us at Tel Aviv University is non-stop discovery. Just a quick snapshot here of some key alumni that are making an impact in their fields. Our alumni is 200,000 strong, with 15,000 international alumni. And these are people that are making an impact in their respective fields. I mentioned earlier about our rankings in entrepreneurship and innovation. You can see that here with people like, from Google, from Waze, from Mobileye, but you also have people like Yotam Ottolenghi, who's a very famous, well-known Israeli chef and author. You have Professor Anit Sachi, who developed a nano vaccine to treat melanoma. So we would hope that, you come to us and after your time with us, you'll be as successful and make an impact in your region and area of expertise and help fly the flag for TAU. Okay, if there's one thing I want you to take away from the session today, in addition to the wonderful program that you'll hear about just in a few minutes, the second best thing is the student life team. We call them madrachim, which is the Hebrew word for guide or counselor. And they're all there to give you a nice soft landing. So when you come to us, you're not coming to a quote foreign country. They are there on arrival day. They organize orientation. They live in the dorms with you. They are available 24/7 for any issues you have. And it could be something that, not related to academia. It could be you've lost your bank card or your travel card and you need someone that speaks Hebrew. They're the people to go to. In addition to that, they'll also do amazing events on campus with all of the other international students, all 2,000 events on campus like pizza night, yoga night, movie night, as well as day trips in Tel Aviv, in Jerusalem, and overnight trips in the north and the south. So you'll really get to experience and maximize your time in Israel. There's pictures of a tour in Jaffa last year. And this sense of community extends through into the dorms as well. So yes, we have dorms on campus. There's 24-hour security, there's health insurance, there's a doctor's office there. There's lots of amenities close by, food court, supermarket, lots of shops. All the dorms have a laundry facilities and a small gym. There's some pictures here you can see. They all have their own kitchens, study rooms and social rooms as well. Just a quick mention of, of course, we're a leading institution, so we have close links to industry through institutions like Remote, which is a business engagement center, who they take and transform our inventions into products. You have TAU Ventures, an academic venture capital fund. We have the Entrepreneurship Center on campus run by professionals. There's the Ignite by Collar, the Entrepreneurship Club run by students for students. And every year we have these amazing events on campus like Annual Cyber Week, Artificial Intelligence Week that run for the entire week on campus with about 9,000 or 10,000 delegates from all over the world. I just want to quickly mention as well, funding. I'll put these links into the chat and I'll send it out by email afterwards as well. But we have obviously our own funding. We have scholarship funds that we give out here from the Lowy International School. Also on our website, we do list other institutions that do give scholarships. So I do recommend for you to check that out. And that's it. I know we're talking about the BA in Liberal Arts, one of the 4 BAs that we have here. And that's me finished. I'm going to stay on the call as well. I'll be here to answer any questions anybody has. And I'll send out my contact details to everyone afterwards as well. So thank you very much for listening to me. I'd like to hand over to Ayelet.
Thank you so much, David. Thank you all for joining us today. I do see some familiar names here. So hello to all those who have already corresponded with me. Some of you, I think, are even on the liberal arts program. So this is a good chance to share some more information with you. I'll just open up my small presentation on the heels of what David shared with us. Okay, wait. Let me go on the Zoom and share my screen. Okay. And share. Okay. Can everybody see it? David?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Looks good.
So I will introduce 2 programs that we have here. One is the older sister, one is the younger sister, one is relevant for fall 2023, which is still, application is still open, and one relevant for next year, but you will understand why I'm introducing it today. So we will begin with our 3-year liberal arts program. First of all, this is a multidisciplinary program. But what I mean by multidisciplinary is when you come into the program, you don't just follow one discipline throughout your course of studies. It's not just about psychology. It's not just about philosophy or literature. When you join this program, you have we give our students a very, very broad knowledge of everything that has to do with liberal arts education, which we think that's very, very important for you as a graduate when you come out into the world. We are a boutique program in the sense that all in all, we have 200 students in our program from 30 countries from around the world. That means when you come into this program, it's truly once in a lifetime experience. It's not just multidisciplinary, it's also multinational, multi-language, multi traditions. And in this sense, the friendships that occur here and are formed here are really, really amazing. And also the experiences that you share here with your peers are open your mind and open you up to knowledge that you would not find anywhere else in the world. A little bit about the track-based program that we have here and the structure of the program. So as you can see here, we have 8 tracks, and these tracks that we offer, amongst them you can pick actually 4 when you come into the program. In the first year, you will take, it's like a buffet of the 4 tracks that you've picked. And in the second year, you will decide of a major and a minor. So out of the 8 tracks that we pick here, you can take any 4 tracks that resonate with you. You can take digital culture with psychology, with life science and entrepreneurship. Any 4 tracks that you'd like to take out of these 8, you're able to take into your course of studies here throughout your 3 years. In order to make things more simple, to understand how to form your schedule, how to decide which track would be your major or your minor or your basic track, you're assigned an academic advisor even prior to the beginning of your academic studies. And your academic advisor walks hand to hand with you throughout your 3 years here. Our academic team of academic advisors are also teachers on the program. They are very, very approachable. They sit in a room very, very close to me. And they're very, very approachable for any meeting that you will need with them throughout the year. They meet personally with every single student on our program at least once a year to assist you with forming your schedule to make sure that you're able to complete the program within 3 years. Also, as I mentioned, we're a boutique program, and so our classes are fairly small. We like to keep it that way in order to facilitate an open discussion between students and professors, so everybody feels very, very comfortable to raise their hands and speak up. Now, going a little bit into the structure of the program. So in the first year, students will take core curriculum. Everybody takes the same core curriculum, no matter which track you've picked. After you've consulted with your academic advisor on which tracks you would like to take, you don't have to decide what will be your major, your minor, and your basic tracks. What differentiates between these tracks is the amount of credits that you take. A major will be, of course, the vast majority of your credits is 36, a minor 24 credits, and a basic 18. But in the first year, you don't have to make this decision. We have had students that were sure that they want to major in philosophy, and then they took Middle Eastern classes, had an epiphany, and decided that they wanted to major in Middle East. So it's fine. So the first year, you will take core classes, as I mentioned, and required classes of the 4 tracks that you've picked. So it's kind of a buffet. You try out the different classes. And then in the second year, you're able to take an educated decision of what you would like to major and minor in. So in the second year, you will also begin to take electives of the tracks that you have picked. And in your third year, you will deepen your knowledge and write your seminars. After you've completed your course of studies here, you will receive diploma of BA in liberal arts from TAU. A little bit about the application process. Application is still open until August 31st. We send our admissions committee review your file very, very quickly, and you'll receive an answer up to a week from when your file is complete. What are the requirements? Your final high school transcript, an essay. The prompt is mentioned on the application form, which you can find on the portal. 2 letters of recommendations. It should be from someone who can vouch for your academic standing, either a teacher, a guidance counselor, a professor from other institutions if you've already gone to college. For anybody who's asking about SATs, it is still optional for application for 2023. Regarding cost and funding, we are an ex-budgetary program. Our program is not subsidized by the government, and therefore the tuition is $15,000 per year for 3 years. Approximately for dorms and meals would be an additional $7,500 per year. So we will have time for Q&A at the end. I will now go forward to the next program that we'd like to introduce you to, and that is the dual degree program. This is the younger sister of our liberal arts program, in the liberal arts program, in the liberal arts family that we have. And this program is actually based on the program that I've just introduced you to, the liberal arts program, a 3-year liberal arts program. But instead of completing 3 years here at TAU, the dual degree program offers you a chance to study 2 years here at Tel Aviv and an additional 2 years at Columbia University in New York. And after 4 years, you actually graduate with 1 dual degree, but you receive 2 diplomas, a diploma from TAU and a diploma from Columbia. The way that it is possible is due to a mutual accreditation system that we have worked out between Columbia and TAU. What this means is that you don't complete the entire degree here and the entire degree at Columbia, and then you would need to actually do 224 credits, but rather with this mutual accreditation system, you're able to complete 2 degrees, 2 diplomas in 4 years. Over here, if you can see years 1 and 2, it works exactly the same as I previously mentioned for the liberal arts students. You will also study amongst them, same courses, same professors, same teachers. We do not differentiate between the students. For us, you're all one liberal arts family. But instead of completing here the 3rd year, you will transfer to Columbia for additional 2 years for years 3 and 4. Over here, you see only a sample of the majors that they offer. Okay, I will only mention that while we offer 8 tracks, okay, to major in, they offer 80 majors. So what you see here is only a sample of what you can find on their website. So just a little bit about how this works. As I mentioned, I don't think we need to get into the nitty-gritty, but you're able to review this later if you'd like. This is just a small explanation about how the mutual accreditation system works between Columbia and TAU. And as I mentioned, after 4 years, you receive 2 diplomas, 1 from TAU in liberal arts, as previously mentioned, and from Columbia, a BA from the School of General Studies, just as everybody who's graduated from the School of General Studies at Columbia receives exactly the same diplomas. Why am I introducing this to you right now, though application for 2023 has passed? Because in a few days, August 1st, application for 2024 will open. Application span is between August 1st and January 2nd. So look it up on our website, on the Columbia GS website. You're also welcome to reach out to me, and I will send you the information and the link that you need. Application requirements is very, very similar to what I mentioned in the liberal arts program. As you can see, it's a final high school transcript. If you're still in your 12th grade, then your interim transcript will be sufficient for application purposes. An essay, the prompt is also mentioned on the application form, recommendations, and SAT and ACT is also optional for this 2024 application. A little bit about cost and funding, it's important to take into consideration. The tuition is per the institution where you study at. This means that for years 1 and 2, tuition will be, as previously mentioned, in liberal arts, $15,000 per year. And at Columbia, it's by the Columbia tuition, which is approximately $64,000 per year. Neither of these costs include housing, dorms, meals. This is a very brief review of these two programs. Over here, you also see my contact details. You're more than welcome to reach out to me. And I think now, David, we will go over to Lee and then
Yes.
begin our
Q&A
Q&A
session.
sessions. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Ayelet.
Of course.
I'll just pop into the chat just some links to the program pages where you'll see all the information there about the program, the curriculum, the admissions, the tuition, and also a link to our funding page on our website that does have, like I mentioned before, the scholarships that we offer, plus also scholarships from other external organizations that we're aware of. So I do recommend you use to check it out. And thank you so much. I didn't realize that the dual degree opens in a couple of days. So I guess we're now recruiting for 2024, 2025. Lovely. Thank you so much. So I'm delighted to welcome Lee Tirosh, one of the actual BA in Liberal Arts students. Hi, Lee. Lee's actually an American Israeli. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes, perfect. And you've just finished your first year or second year?
I just finished my first year, so
Your first year. 2 more years, wonderful. So tell us a little bit, Lee, of where you're from, and first of all, why you picked this particular program.
All right, so I'm originally from Florida, the USA. I moved to Israel around the age of 18. And when it came to choosing a university in Israel, really Tel Aviv, first off being one of the only that offer a full degree all in English, which was the biggest help for me. But just also being at the center of, the biggest city where everything's happening. You have so many great places to go to, just one bus away or, one quick scooter ride. It's all centered over there. I think another big part of me choosing this university and this program specifically is the ability to have a multidisciplinary course. I mean, at 18 years old, 19, 20, it doesn't really matter. You kind of want to see what the world has to offer and what, experiences you can make before really translating your degree into a career afterwards. And I think a multidisciplinary program, choosing between 4 different tracks is the best way to really see what not only interests you on the most basic, I think this is a very good subject, but really getting to have some type of depth and even specialization in each of those fields academically before you move on to another degree or to the rest of your career. I'm currently I'm majoring in psychology with a minor in life sciences. And for my 2 basic tracks, I've chosen philosophy and Jewish and Israel studies. You have so many different types of really courses that are offered by each one. I can even say for psychology, to go from studying research and psychopathology and, maybe the more conservative things, but then also having a course on coping with failure, which is something that offered more of an entrepreneurial perspective on how we succeed and how we fail as well, and learning to make through that. Those are the types of courses that really, I think, makes this program special and makes it something that interlocks between those different disciplines.
Wonderful.
I also have noticed in this program, just obviously the administration and faculty has been a huge help through the application process. I know she remembers me from a year ago when I reached out to her for the first time and really tried to make this application go as smoothly as possible and learn as much as I could of about the courses offered and pretty much everything there is to know. And just having that type of support and really this open dialogue and honest dialogue of what to expect, and also what I would need to get done to achieve those goals that I had academically, that was a huge help from the advisors as well after coming into the school and being able to set up my schedule as well. It's all an amazing help, the faculty that they offer. Additionally, in terms of campus life, I've noticed that the madrichim, which David spoke about, I'm from assistance on what to do when we have a missile threat, hopefully is not something that happens often, as well as finding the nearest cafes and the best places to eat and the best places to shop, and how to sign up for a student pass at Ravkav, which is the bus and train system, public transportation card. They've really gone above and beyond at letting us understand how to make our way around Israel and make our way around campus. They have, every once in a while, they have these campus trips, these that will leave in the morning. They've had some from the north to the south, visiting Bedouin villages, visiting the Dead Sea, Jerusalem. It's an experience that I think, 2 years in Israel, 3 years in Israel on your own is not going to fulfill you as much as they really provide those opportunities to go and explore outside of Tel Aviv as well. So I think that's pretty much my general, if there's any more things that anyone would like me to touch on as well, I definitely can.
No, that's wonderful. Thank you so much, Lee. I think it's great to have an actual current student join the info sessions, just so people can actually hear. As much as I love to talk and people like to talk to me, I think they'd rather talk to a current student and actually hear from them, their experiences of the program. So a big thank you from me, Lee, for coming and joining us on this session. So what I'm going to do now is switch off the Q&A, switch off the recording, sorry. Just so you can then, anybody, you're welcome to, switch on your camera, ask us a question, ask myself, Ayelet, or Lee as well. We're here for the next 5 or 10 minutes, so you're welcome to switch on your cameras or pop it into the chat. Let me just switch off there.